Hey, this is Matt Giordano, theyogimat.com. Thank you so much for watching. Today I want to talk to you about the 4 main challenges of doing a handstand. So many people love handstands and really want to do them and can't figure out why they can't do it. Perhaps you've been doing it at a wall for years and you can do it at a wall, but you're not sure how to get it into the middle of the room. Or maybe you are doing it in the middle of the room, but you're not consistent. You kick up, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Maybe you're just really scared and don't even want to approach it at the wall and wondering how to start. Here are the 4 secrets to handstand. Number 1, strong hands. I know it seems silly, but most people don't actually think about their hands when they're in a handstand. And in fact, I would say 90% of the balance lies within the strength of your hands and your intelligence of the hands, how to use them. So if you think about it, handstand is basically like leaning into a wall. And most of us use an actual wall and lean into that. However, to balance in the middle of the room, you don't have the convenience of a wall. The wall that you're leaning into in the middle of the room is the strength of your fingers. You could think of one force leaning and the other force resisting, and the resistance is the fingers. So next time you go upside down, or let's say next time you go into, say, a plank pose, lean forward into your fingers and resist with your fingertips. So think about like leaning your body weight into a wall, and that wall is the strength of your fingers and your forearm, okay? The next secret of nailing a handstand is the elbow joint. So the elbow joint basically goes in 2 directions. It bends or it straightens. And if you think of this as a rule of thumb, anything that goes outward goes downward, and anything that goes inward goes upward. So when you go upside down in a handstand, or even just in downward dog or plank pose, those are great poses to practice these kind of techniques in. Think about trying to draw inward with the energy and see that your body will naturally rise upward. And when you go outward, bend your elbows in plank pose, you'll see, like a push-up, your body will go downward. So there's a really key point that you want to just drive home in your body, that if you squeeze in, you'll go up. The 3rd secret to handstand is the shoulders. Now, the shoulders are not an easy joint. They're in fact one of the most complex joints, if not the most complex joint in the body. To master your shoulders is not easy. And to really understand the difficulty of this, the handstand, or handstand the pose, requires that you have both stability and range of motion. Range of motion so that when you reach your arm up overhead, that you can open up to a degree where you have the same angle straight down your rib cage without lifting your rib cage up. So to be able to do that is challenging for most people. Something that helps is downward facing dog when done well. Downward facing dog is a yoga pose if you're not a yogi, and oftentimes it's done inappropriately where people drop their chest down to the floor and open their shoulders up to a degree where they become destabilized. That won't help you for a handstand. But learning how to get this angle where your arm bone is at the same straight line as your rib cage can be challenging, but it is definitely possible in your practice of downward facing dog, okay? The other thing that you want to focus on, 2 strength elements that you want to focus on, is external rotation of the arms, which is outward this way. When the arms go overhead, however, it's when the armpits turn in towards your face, that is external rotation. Also, protraction of your scapula. That's when the shoulder blades go apart, away from each other. That creates stability in the shoulder girdle. So external rotation of the arms and protraction of the scapula. Those are 2 main things to focus on in your handstand to maintain stability. However, that won't help you with mobility. There's plenty of mobility exercises, especially in the yoga practice, that you can find. Also, in my handstand strength training video, we go over my favorite shoulder openers and stabilizers for handstand, but also just for the body in general. It's good to be strong even if you're not doing handstands, of course. So let's go on to the 4th secret of handstand. Okay, so you've got your hands, you're stable in your hands, you've got your elbow joints, you know how to squeeze in, you've got your shoulders now, you know how to externally rotate and protract in order to have most stability and range of motion. Now, the 4th key, or the secret of handstand, that a lot of people already know but don't know how to use, is the core, aka what I call the rib cage. The rib cage is a huge thing, but when I'm talking about handstand, the main point is right around T12, which is the thoracic spine, about the solar plexus region where your ribs meet the soft tissue of your abdomen. Let's talk about that area as the ribs, just to simplify it, okay? So this rib cage area right down here, this is the point of handstand that becomes really challenging for many people. As soon as your arm goes up, the ribs will go up. And what happens when your ribs go up like so and your arm goes up, your body begins to sway. There's an arch. And then all of a sudden you have all this weight going overboard. So you're happy to have a wall behind you. In order to remedy that, you have to develop the strength of your abdominals to pull the ribs down against the flexibility or the inflexibility of your shoulder joint. Together, developing strength of the shoulders and strength of the core, you'll be able to stabilize your body in a way that's going to work as a team to balance a handstand in the middle of the room. The same way as a little kid, you develop the strength in your legs and your core to stand up straight on your feet. Now you're just learning it upside down. Thank you so much for watching The Secrets of Handstand. I hope that these tips serve you. To find out my top 10 favorite exercises to strengthen your body for handstand, visit theyogimat.com, theyogimatt.com, and pick up the handstand strength training video. Again, guys, thank you so much. My name is Matt Giordano. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or any of my social media with @theyogimat. Enjoy. Have a great day.